Na otvoritvenem koncertu 63. sezone Simfoničnega orkestra RTV Slovenija, ki bo na sporedu 27. septembra, se bo kot solist orkestru pridružil svetovno priznani kitajski violinist Dan Zhu, ki prebiva v Postojni. Dan je mednarodno znan kot eden najboljših kitajskih umetnikov in redno koncertira v Severni Ameriki, Evropi in Aziji. Nastopal je številnimi orkestri pod vodstvom znanih dirigentov. Tokrat se bo predstavil z Bernsteinovo serenado, napisano po Platonovi razpravi Simpozij. S priznanim ustvarjalcem smo posneli krajši pogovor.
So I come from a non-musician family. My parents are not in the music profession or business. But my parents are both very important as guidance for me to start violin, because they are both very passionate music lovers. My father, he was always very in love with the violin, classical music. My mom, much more in the Chinese traditional music. When I was born, I was basically listening to classical music a lot, and the Chinese music, both at home. About the age after 3 years old and 4 years old, I start really the violin, because my father gave me a violin to start playing, took me to professors, to professional teachers to learn. So that's how I really got introduced to the instrument. The career always kind of developed parallel as how I played. At the beginning as a hobby, but slowly when I got into professional music school, my first was the Central Conservatory of Music in Beijing, where I was born. And of course, before I got into this professional school, I was already playing in some public concert. For example, when I was 8 years old, I was chosen to be a concertmaster for a youth orchestra, chamber orchestra in Beijing. And I started to play already for a public concert as soloist, as a concertmaster for this ensemble. When I was 12, I got into the Central Conservatory to study more seriously, more professionally, and then I got into audition to give me full scholarship by Mannes School of Music in New York. That's how I went to America to study since I was 16 years old, and from there, I mean, I did some competition, international competition, got some awards, but also I got to play with more important musicians, with more important orchestras. The learning is something you never stop when you take music, this kind of profession, you know. So when I was 18, the second year after I arrived in New York, I was got the first prize in the New York Young Artist Awards, which gave me an opportunity to play in Carnegie Hall, which was one of the great venue for musicians, for artists to step on such stage to give a solo concert. I remember my first concert trip abroad, outside of China, when I was 10 years old, to be chosen by the culture ministry in China to go to Japan to play, to perform Mendelssohn concerto. These kind of moments that keep you motivated, but also make myself believe that I was grow into this career. I mean, I think I dedicated my life to that. Violin is like a playground for me, but it's not the same kind of playground as you go out with your friends to play sports or to play video game. You need more practice. So this is always for childhood, it's a conflict that you love to play music, but then you don't want to practice. When my father, my teachers that time step into more important role to help me to be more disciplined, to practice, to learn. That's which comes to the result, make me realize my gift or my talents are more towards the music. I would say played with some of the major orchestra in America, like Boston Symphony, and in Chicago also, and all this, and in New York, in Lincoln Center, and in Washington, in Kennedy Center, all these very important venues, as well as in Europe. The first European tour I did when I was 21 with great French conductor and musician Philippe Entremont took me with Munich Symphony Orchestra in England. We had a tour of some like 20 cities in the United Kingdom, and so all this brought me more exposed to the international classical music scene. And then I was played in all these great music festivals like Salzburg Festival, Tanglewood in America, and Verbier Festival in Switzerland, with great musicians of these figures like Zubin Mehta or Christoph Eschenbach, these kind of conductors, which I was looking up to when I was a child, you know. When I grew up, I listened to their record or went to the live concert when they came to Beijing. So I always dreamed to play with these great musicians because they are some of the figures that I admire, their artistry. It's so difficult for me to choose one or two because first of all, I play a lot of kind of music from the ancient time back to the Middle Age until today's work, which some written for me even. You know, I love some of the Baroque music. I love some classic period and romantic and today, 20th century or even nowadays. But these are, I found it's like food, you know. You love to eat one kind of food, but you cannot eat that every day. Your body needs all these great nutrition from different sources. So you need the vegetable, fruits, different kind of vitamin. Yeah, I think my trip and the experience in Antarctica is so special that it's something you remember for your lifetime. I think the nature there is absolutely phenomenal, which not be able to compare anywhere in the world, in this planet. When I was there with this Antarctica Forum, it's environmental but more humanitarian kind of organization, which made of members from different parts of the world and come together to experience this, to share this inspiration from the great nature. In the end, the nature inspires everything and gives us everything, because we are absolutely not possible to live without this pureness, you know, the purity of the nature. I would say any beautiful music is important to the world, not only classical music. I mean, I'm focused on classical music, but I do appreciate also other form of music. You know, it's when the music touches you, it will make no difference if it's classical music or if it's a contemporary music or if it's pop music. because it comes to the most sensitive part of the soul and the emotion. Well, my life goal is always connect with music, what I do, even as my profession, but I always see what I can do and what I would like to do in the future are connect and very much come from music. I would like to pass my experience or even as a messenger to give this music and also the way of appreciating music or the way of playing the music. It's really about sharing this beauty with more people, like what I'm doing now from this year with my academy, with my festival, to connect people, make them realize the importance when they learn music, not only play well the instrument, but if they want to play the instrument, they should know the purpose of their play. They use that to change the people around them. I have played with Slovenian Philharmonic Orchestra 2 years ago, and it was a great memory. And they are one of the oldest orchestras in Europe, I think. Carries great tradition. September 27th, I'll be playing with the other major Slovenian orchestra, the RTV Symphony Orchestra of Slovenia. And we'll open the new season, 2018-2019, for this concert as the season opening concert. I'll be performing a very beautiful and unique piece by Leonard Bernstein, the violin concerto called Serenade. It was created in the 1950s, and he was inspired after reading the Plato's Symposium, the book. And it's a concerto of 5 movements and all about on the same theme of love. And this year it happens also to be Bernstein his centenary since his birth. I think love is one of the most important, and that's the way I see for everything. Of course, for music, because music shares love and brings and gives love to people, and as well inspired all these beautiful music compositions.